This episode is so relatable, pisses me off! My idiocy aside, this episode is super relatable, especially for someone like me who not only has a hard time keeping his anger in check for the most part, because, you know, I tend to bottle it up in some cases, but also because I always have that fear that my anger or my harsh words is always going to lose me a friend with me being honest and otherwise. The episode pretty much has Trixie and Starlight hanging out with each other because the main six went off to an escape, which they went to an escape room. I can't believe they actually have one of those. And pretty much as it's going on throughout the episode, Trixie keeps doing things that honestly anger Starlight. And instead of telling Trixie why it's angering her, she's bottling up her anger literally inside of a bottle and trying to keep it in check, only for it to finally explode out, infect others, and her having to tell Trixie why it was she was bottling all this shit up. Like I said, that is so relatable to everyday society, especially for someone like myself, because I used to suffer from some serious anger problems myself. I still do. I'm not saying I'm, you know, cured of that. I still suffer some anger problems. It's just I have a lot more control of it, and these days I'm more willing to talk with my friends and otherwise about what makes me pissed off about, like, what they do and otherwise. In fact, this episode could also be an allegory for the idea of being honest with your friends, even if it angers you. Like, basically, it's like if they're doing something that angers you or otherwise, you shouldn't be afraid to tell them what's on your mind, because then you just get situations like this where they don't know what it is they're doing wrong, and they're going to continue doing it because they think, oh, I'm okay, nothing's wrong, my friend isn't getting angry with me or anything like that. In a way, this is kind of what I tell everyone to tell me. Like, whenever I make a mistake or otherwise, I always say, don't be afraid to tell me what I'm doing wrong, I'm not going to get angry or anything like that, because here's the thing. Most people don't learn unless you say something. And Trixie was the best example of the I don't know what's going on, I didn't know what was wrong until you actually said something. I know some people are more observant than that, and you have to be observant of your problems, but some people just don't notice their problems right away. In fact, this is kind of the same message I gave off with Applejack's Day Off. So all in all, what do I think about this episode? I really like it. This is a very relatable message, especially to someone like me. Because I'm a person that, you know, I used to suffer from anger issues, and it is kind of hard to tell your friends what's on your mind, especially if you're angry with them. But it's usually important to do so. Even if you're angry with your friends, it's important to let them know why you're angry and why they're making you this way, because they might be willing to listen. And yeah, if they're a really good friend of yours, like Trixie says, it's going to take a lot more than a few harsh words to lose me as a friend. I really like this episode, and I really like Trixie's role in it. Granted, she comes off as a bit of a snob, but that's Starlight's fault for not saying something. And that's my speed impressions on All Bottled Up.